Hey guys, Belek here, and in today's video I want to talk about two of the most used type of weapons in the Crucible. Mainly two of the most used secondary weapons in the Crucible. Shotguns and snipers. So I'm going to be talking about how they are used and how they can be countered. And also at the end of the video I'm going to be talking about how which one of these actually take more skill to use. It's a controversial topic, but it has to be said. So first, we're going to be talking about shotguns. A lot of people hate this weapon, and I do too. Shotguns can be a pain. And with the recent nerf to snipers, shotguns are going to see a lot of play in the Crucible. With shotgunning, you need very good spatial awareness and good mobility skill. Running down a lane without a plan, trying to shotgun the other guy on the other side of the map, it's not a bright idea. You will be shot down instantly. Best way to approach an enemy with the shotgun is to read the radar and plan your approach. Crouching takes you off the map for a slight moment. Hunters can shake step and cheese their way to the enemy, or use the perk Vanishing Smoke to make you invisible. Titans, on the other hand, can use Juggernaut to mitigate damage while approaching the enemy. And finally, both the Warlock and the Hunter can use Blink to close the gap between them and the enemy target. So, shotgunners have to also make sure that the enemy they engage dies with that initial push, or you die in that process. And most of the time, and this happens a lot often, when you push and you shotgun somebody, you leave them with a sliver of health, and if you don't punch them, they punch you instead, killing you in the process. So that's why most people, when they fire the pellet from their shotgun, they follow that up with a melee immediately so that they can take out the enemy. When you take out the enemy, you have to find a nice area to crouch and remain off the radar for a moment to regain your health. Shotguns can be annoying, but you can counter them easily. To counter shotguns, pay close attention to your radar. If you see a blinking red light at the corner, there's a guy there crouching with a shotgun. Do not engage recklessly. Plan your approach adequately. Either you come up from above or slide in from below. Do not be like me on my first Crucible game and rush that. It would end badly for you. Try to bait him out by backpedaling or move to an open area by still sticking close to walls. So if you're not a fan of using a shotgun to shut down a shotgun of your own, you can use the weapon The Last Word as you see here in the gameplay. The Last Word is good for oncoming rushers. And with the fanfire perk, you can auto-fire that when an enemy is rushing at you. Usually what I do is that I hip fire the weapon and then backpedal at the same time. I find that when I aim down the sights, it's harder for me to move fast. However, whatever you feel like, you can either aim down the sights or hip fire. It's up to you. You can also use a sidearm, and preferably I like using the Iron Wreath sidearm, the Iron Banner sidearm. This sidearm is actually pretty good. The shots are pretty accurate on that weapon. Or you can use the Plan C and the Plan C perk and fire an automatic fusion rifle at the enemy. And now on to snipers. I personally hate snipers. I hate people who snipe. I hate people who sit at the back of the map and just look down lanes. I hate being sniped in the head. It's so frustrating. It takes the fun out of the game. That's my opinion though. And snipers see more gameplay in 3v3s because usually it's a game mode that requires the opponent, that requires you to stay alive. So in game modes like Trials of Osiris, when you come across a full team of snipers, it's kind of boring because they stay at the back of the map and cover all lanes. So you as the opponent, you cannot just go out the lane and try to like engage, because usually most of these guys are just blade dancers. And with that quick draw perk, they snap you once and then switch to a primary and then clean you off. It's frustrating. However, it's very effective. And having a good sniper, aka 1000-yard LDR or longbow, with good perks can work wonders for you. So if you are the guy that's sniping, right, and then you go to a 6v6 or a 3v3 and try to play aggressive with a sniper, it will not always work for you. Snipers just need to post up, look down the lane, and look for any unfortunate heads that pop up. So players who are good snipers will snipe one lane and then if their position is compromised, they will move quickly to another lane and snipe. This keeps the enemy guessing because sitting down in one spot and sniping whilst being spotted only invites pressure to yourself. Snipers can be formidable, especially on a blade dancer. However, they are easily countered as well. So to counter snipers, first, do not run down any snipe lane. Just don't do it. People complain that, yo, I get sniped a lot. Well, that's probably because you visit the snipe lane too often. So the best thing to do when you approach a snipe lane is to either sit or use an emote to get a better perspective of your surroundings. So you either stick close to walls, throw grenades, or flank the opponent. If they are hard scoping, they will not suspect the flank, and if they do, it'll be too late. I also recommend using weapons with high caliber rounds, because with the recent Bungie nerf to snipers and adding flinch to it, it will double the flinch, and then they will find it hard to snipe you. So that's it for these guns. They all have their ups and downs, and they can both be countered. But which one of these guns take more skill to use? In my opinion, I'll have to say that shotguns take more skill to utilize. It's sort of like a double-edged sword where you can either come out the victor or come out rethinking your career in death. Snipers have it a bit easier with being safe because of distance and cover. They aren't in immediate danger. It's a low-risk, high-reward playstyle, and that's how snipers were meant to be. Most 1v3s on YouTube are done with snipers as the secondary. The distance game is just way too strong for these snipers. So if you're a shotgunner, there's just way too much that has to be done to get a successful shotgun kill. Mobility itself is a separate skill in Destiny. If someone is coming at you with a shotgun and does not know how to maneuver around, shutting him down is much more easier. But with someone who knows how to move around, aka Titan Skate, Blink, Shotgun, Shade, Shotgun, these guys are very hard to deal with, and they can close the gap very fast and effectively. So having the right plan to close the gap effectively between you and an enemy to shotgun him, it takes much more skill than just sitting back, looking down the lane and shooting your sniper. So if you are an aggressive shotgunner and you head to a 6v6 or a 3v3 and come out with a 2, 3 or even a 4 KD, that is much more impressive than someone who stays behind cover and takes heads off. So that's it, folks. This was strictly my opinion, and if you disagree, you can leave your comment in the comment section below. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and if not, give it a thumbs down. Alright, see you later.
Match point. It's anyone's game. Double down. Weapons down. This fight is over. Another battle won. On to the next fight.